All right, we're back. We had some technical difficulties. We lost the guys here, but we are back. Um, I think the question we had before we just went to age gap, and the question I was going to ask next was I know there are two brothers in the band. Is this your first band together as brothers, or have you guys have been in bands before with each other? It has a lot of your fan base from other bands carried over to this band, or are they so drastically different styles of music? Maybe it's hard to you know. Yeah. Hmm. All right. So we do a beer podcast. I know we talked about it off camera. What do you guys drinking on the night? We just had their pumpkin beer on our last episode. What's yeah, it was all right. Um, the one guy on my show is not a huge Evil Genius fan. He says, yeah, he doesn't like their beers, but he goes he likes their names, but not their beers. I'm a fan of their beers. I don't mind them at all. They're out of the Philadelphia area. Um, hmm. Yeah, I'm a huge fan. I know it kind of may seem like to you guys maybe you don't like the Reading premiums, like Reading Brewing Company. I don't know if it's called the premium, but it's just like a yellow can, it just says Reading beer on it. I don't know. I love it. Yeah, and then what's the other one that's out in Reading that's really popular? Stouds or Stowers or something. They're always at the hockey games. Like they have like their Stouds. Yo, their beers are awesome. Maybe it's just the price point. So I go to I love going to Reading for the hockey games and the I used to go to the indoor football games. That's all right. It's all right. As long as it's for the doggos, we don't care. Yeah, yeah. So I love going to the Reading, the Saunders Center, whatever it's called, where the hockey games are. The Reading, yeah. And then you go to the. That's it. Thank you. Yeah, the Reading Royals. You pay like $8 for this huge cup, and then every refill after that's seven. So you just walk up and any beer on their tap is $7 to refill that huge cup. And I always get the triple IPA, and I'm a puddle by the third period. Yeah, it's a if you're local and you like if you're bored on one night and Corona's not a thing, dude, those hockey games are a blast. You can sit like on the glass, like you're saying, for like $12 and just there's this one guy who plays in the team. His name is Gooch. Gooch, like a gooch. He's my favorite player. He's an animal. He's so good too. So we always we get the Gooch chance going. Yeah, yeah. Where else in public can you scream Gooch at the top of your lungs? Yeah. I like that. I like that. Anywhere you're brave enough. Um, so getting into your instruments, I know we talked a little about influence, but is there like a main person in your like a bass player, guitar player, singer that you really you draw most of your inspiration from, or you look up to a lot as a musician? What band was he in? Okay, nice. All right, next. Okay. Oh, Kiss. Nice, nice. Yeah, I'm a huge Aerosmith guy. I love Aerosmith. That was like Aerosmith and ACDC were the two bands I was introduced to first. Like they were my dad bands, and then Zeppelin and the Who came next. But yeah, yeah. First time I ever heard the first time I ever heard "fuck" on a record was the Who. Who are you? Where he goes, who the fuck are you? Yep. On my way to school one morning and it came on. I was like, "Did that just happened?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "They're fucking awesome." Yeah, such a I still remember as a like middle school, early high school, all my me and my friends listening to Rage Against the Machine, and a lot of those guys now are huge right wing conservatives, and it's like we grew up listening to Rage Against the Machine. Where did you turn? Like where? It's like you took a left turn somewhere. Yeah, I love it. It cracks me up. It's like we used to listen to it and they're like, I don't like them anymore. It's like, come on, man, just relax. Same with Weezer. Didn't all Weezer like quit music? Yeah. Yeah, I was so bummed that I didn't get to see them live at Hershey this year, and because it all got canceled. Weezer, Fall Out Boy, and Green Day were all touring together. I like. I don't mind Fall Out Boy. I like them. Oh, yeah. My Blink show was Blink 102 and Green Day. It was the Punk Pop Disaster Tour, sponsored by MTV. Yeah, and it was Hershey Park Arena, and who it was supposed to be like Jimmy Eat World was their opener, but the day of the Hershey Park tour, it changed from Jimmy Eat World to Saves the Day, and I guess people weren't aware of that. And Saves the Day came out and performed, and they got booed off the stage 3 songs in. Yeah, I felt really bad for them. I may have participated in a band getting booed off stage one time. Oh, it was totally their fault. So here's what happened. All right, we went to go see Steel Panther at the Sherman Theater, and there was a local band opening up, and we were walking from the bar to like the back of the stage, like the back of the building around, and we seen these guys hanging out. We're like, "What's up, man?" They're all drinking. We're like, "Yo, sweet." So we went up, said hi, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're opening band tonight." We're like, "Oh, cool, man." Now I'm with a bunch of musicians, like everyone that would are musicians except me, and they're like, "Oh man, good luck," and they're like, "We don't need it." And we're like, "Oh, okay," and they're like, "Yeah, bro, we're good. We don't need that shit." And we're like, "All right, cool. Have a great night." Like, whatever, dude. Like, they were really dicks. Like, they were dickheads. So they get on stage and they start playing, and they're awful. They're bad, like really bad. So this guy, yeah. So this guy literally looks like a mix between Joe Dirt and Kid Rock had a baby. Um, he comes out and he takes his shirt off, and he starts singing, and we just start like boo. So then he pulls out an acoustic guitar and tries to pull out like an acoustic song, and he can't play acoustic guitar, so he's just like when you're failing in Guitar Hero, it's like plink plink plink. So like that is happening. So then I just start screaming at the top of my lungs. I start screaming Wonderwall, and the whole crowd starts singing it with me. And then like he's trying to sing his song and play acoustic guitar, and the whole crowd is singing Wonderwall. And it got to the point where he flipped the crowd off, and he just walked off stage, and then the rest of the band left, which worked. Steel Panther came out earlier and played longer, so it all worked out. Yeah, I I fucking love Steel Panther. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They were not good. They were not good at all. It was pretty rough. Yeah, yeah. If he would have just started, if the crowd ate it up. Yeah. I always yell raining blood. or stranglehold. If I came to see your band and I didn't talk to you beforehand and I seen with the long hair, I would definitely yell Ted Nugent stuff because he looks like old school Ted Nugent. Yeah, he was a beast, and then he got super like, strange. So we missed some people. So who are else some musical influences? No, you don't have any bass players who like inspire like influence you or like you really enjoy. I tried to learn how to play bass, and I it's one of those things where until you start trying to learn how to play it, you don't really like a good bass player kind of hides into like the music, and then when you start learning and like actually looking at the bass and like working on it, you definitely realize how important that instrument is. Yeah. Yep. Or you have a band that doesn't have a very strong bass player, and they usually the bass player just plays basic stuff, and then they have a backtracking of a good bass player. Oh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was like, oh, I'll learn how to play bass, and then I start messing around with it. I'm like, this is just as hard, if not harder. This is no. Did you ever watch what's his name for Metallica? The new guy starts with yeah. He they had a video of him playing with guitar, like playing the guitar, and he was playing the guitar like he would play the bass, like he was plucking the strings, and it sounded fucking awesome. Like he played it like yeah, it was really really cool. Like to the point where James Hetfield was like, I have to learn how to do that because that sounds awesome. Yeah, they're super. Yeah, I like him a lot. Les Claypool's another bass player I really like. I enjoy watching. Flea, I always liked Flea. Hmm. So how have things been for you guys as musicians with COVID? Like, have you guys been hit hard? Has it turned into wow? Congratulations! I've been to three, and I mean I may have coronavirus. I just I ask my friend if they have it. If they say no, it's kind of like an STD test. Like you have an STD, and they're like no, like I definitely don't. Yeah, I've never been tested for it. I'm how have you guys been using the time for the band? Like, have you been recording more, or working together on work on newer stuff? What are some of the plans you guys have? Once everything kind of goes back to normal. Yeah. Have you guys tried any of those live stream shows? They were fun for a bit. Yeah. I always tell people yeah, I always tell people like I was gonna do one or two for the podcast, just like hey, just to support a band. Like if, but I was telling them like record it, and then upload it to, and then like we'll upload it secondary because I think if you try to do it live, it doesn't sound as good, and then it turns people off. So I was, so we kind of trick them. Hmm. Yeah. Do you guys ever sneak covers into your sets? What are some of your covers you guys do? That's awesome. Were they like a big thing, or just kind of like like a low, like a indie folk band out of Philly? Always Sunny. Yeah. I fucking love that show so much. We I want to do a logo spoof for our beer podcast. Our beer podcast called Bang and Beers podcast. So I want to do one where it says Bang and Beers and then podcast, and then on the very bottom, like it looks like their Patty's logo, and it says the worst podcast in Pennsylvania. I mean, we can definitely in the, once yeah. Well, we can always once COVID goes away. My podcast travels, man. I have no problem bringing my stuff to you guys. Just have a table and some chairs, and I'll bring beers, and we'll do a Bang and Beers episode. Yeah, fuck yeah. We have a lot of breweries reaching out to us. That's exactly why we made it that. Yep. Yeah, we have it. Yeah, like what future plans for the band? Who does the art for your band? Yep. Yeah, well, you guys got your logo done for Punksteria Fest as a superhero, correct? So the girl who does that is actually she's the artist of our podcast as well. So she does all of our art for the podcast. She's unfucking believable. We just did our we have the wrestling show we just did is me as Macho Man. My co-host is Vader, and my other co-host is the Ultimate Warrior. Yeah, it's that's coming to the merch. Then we have a Bang and Beers one that's coming soon, where we all look like '80s hair metal people. Uh, so the logos it'll. Well, like I said, you can always you can, yeah. I think he just did lead singers, but you can always reach out to her. So if you're ever looking for art, you can hit her up. She's fantastic. Tori, but her it's Bewitched. Yeah, Bewitched Clover Designs. It's her. Yeah, she's unbelievable. Yeah, she's unbelievable. Yeah, she made me the devil. I don't know if you see it on my screen, but she turned me into the devil. Yeah. Oh, my bad. I thought my. I'm so sorry, guys. Here you go. Yeah. Yeah. So we do another show called Truth Behind Illusion, and we talk about like monsters, cryptoids, spooky stories, all that fun stuff. And the and every time we have a guest, you get turned into a monster. So yeah, yeah. So maybe we'll work something out. We were just at Gettysburg, and then we did an episode at Jim Thorpe Prison. We weren't allowed to go in that cell, but the, yeah. I mean, you get to see it, but we weren't allowed to go like physically in the cell and take photos and stuff of it. That's like their big rule. Well, here's the thing. They turned down a lot of really big popular TV network deals and shows that do. Well, not just that, is that they're not really so much into like the guy who owns it's very like he wants it more to be respected. If there is spirits, they want to be respected. He doesn't want people going there and like taunting them using equipment, being like this or that. He's more or less keeping the history of the building alive, and that's kind of the angle we went into. Like we'll hear your stories and experiences, but we're more or less here for the history of it, and that's I think that's why we. Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but they've been we actually built up a cool relationship, and it's possibly something we're going to be doing annually is going back to the prison and hanging out. Yeah, it's very exciting. Yeah, so try to think here. Any of the other bands on the Punksteria lineup that you guys have played with, or you're looking forward to playing with? Yeah, I I seen them at Goodfellas. Very very entertaining. Yeah, uh, they took the stage. I seen that very. I think it's a lime green bass and then a Ouija board guitar, and I was sold. Yep. Yep. I've never been to a show where I walked up and asked, "Can I take a picture of a guitar?" And I had to take a picture of the Ouija board one. I love the Ouija board guitar. Yeah, very cool guys. They were supposed to be on the show, but we had a date fallout where some things were going on with them and they weren't able to do it. So never got them on the show, but hopefully in the future we can make that work. Yeah, trying. Yeah, yeah, very nice dudes. Yeah, they were a good time. I forget who was all playing that show too, at Goodfellas that night. Goodfellas was our hot spot, and then it just that place kind of fell apart, and just that's in Pottsville. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, man. Like that's the big thing is I would love to fucking just find a venue or a place who lets people play. That's like my goal now. There's a few places in Pottsville that have venues that don't realize they don't like. There's no competition. So like if one place opens up and says, "Hey, we could play music here," and it's big enough to hold a room full like 100 or 200 people. Yeah, yeah, the music scene's unbelievable, and I feel like it's really cool that between this like us, Noah, and just the music scene in general, everyone's kind of bringing outside music now into School County, and people are giving more opportunities to play shows because like a lot of big places like Reading, I mean, I think the other place that's kind of doing well is like Lancaster and Harrisburg, like HMAC and stuff. But like besides that, like these smaller towns really, we're just trying to. Yeah. Yeah, I've been to a few of those, like hidden shows where there's so much fun. The only problem is I'm a like when I meet somebody or if I like I'm the hug guy, like that's just who I am. And then like I just yeah, and I walk into I do it and I'm like, oh shit, I realize I'm hugging everybody and it's a fucking pandemic. Yeah, it's a tough habit to break. So we yeah, my buddy Dave's like that. Ugh. It's all good though. If you didn't go back to your car smelling like 14 dudes sweats, you didn't go to the show that night. So besides music, what else are you guys into hobby wise? Okay. So when we go video games. Oh wow. Are you ever see those ones that like legit do like a buck 20? Yeah. I watched the RC car video the one time on a YouTube binge where you start watching YouTube and you go in a spiral and watch stuff you didn't even know you wanted to watch. Yeah, I was watching guys jumping houses with RC cars.
I'd be entertained by
It
that.
was awesome. And then 3 videos later, I was watching somebody get pimples and cysts taken out of their body. It was a good day.
The algorithms are scary.
Yeah. So
It takes you down some weird fucking pathways.
absolutely.
And
Uh,
sometimes you just gotta see where it leads.
Now, when it comes to video games, we're gonna draw the line in the sand here. Well, we PS guys, PC, Nintendo, Xbox. Where we lying?
PlayStation. I don't give a shit.
Me neither. I mean, I say I don't give a shit.
Switch has like weaved its way into my heart. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that. I was anti-Switch because it's a home console you take with you, and I got issues with that because when you fucking leave it somewhere and it's like fuck, I want to play this, but I left my whole system at Taylor's house.
Yep. I love my Switch. It's a very fun system. Um,
Yeah, it weaves its way into like some of my favorite things to like lose your time.
yep. Now I don't have I don't like I do have a horse in the race. Like I do prefer one system over the other. But I also am the person. If you ask me what system is better, I will say it depends on what type of game you play. I'm pro Xbox. I'm an Xbox guy. Yeah.
I'm a PlayStation.
I used to be PlayStation until I felt like PlayStation as a company just kind of were dirty. I don't like their practices. Yeah.
I can't argue with you, but I like the super nerdy games, and I feel like more super nerdy games come out on PlayStation than like Xbox.
Like when you like what games are you talking about? Like when you say super nerdy.
I'm talking like Champions of Norath and
Oh,
Baldur's Gate.
the fact that you said Champions of Norath makes me I'm more in love with this band. That was one of my favorite games growing up.
Dude, oh my god, oh, don't get me started. And then
Champions of Norath and Return to Arms, man. They were the games.
oh fucking a right. Dude, once they came out with the Blizzard fucking profile, I was like, what is this shit? And then the fucking tailwind, oh shit.
And you can stack bears. You can stack bears, and the bears and it's like a glitch in the game where you can have like
Oh fucking a right.
your strength is maxed out, and you can one hit the last boss. Yeah, I like I said like I don't have it. It's a hard game to find. I have the original one. I don't have part two. I'm trying to find part two. Someone said if you like Champions of Norath, you'd be into Torchlight. They said it's a really good game. Torchlight and Torchlight Two. It is on the Switch as well. Torchlight Two. It's a dungeon crawler. It's exactly like Champions.
That's what I missed. I just missed a fucking melee and fucking stupid bullshit. Like just bash buttons and fucking make your way through that insanely hard area and like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I this whole next gen thing, man. That Game Pass is tough. It's tough. It's a tough sell for me. Like the fact that I can just every exclusive game I don't have to go out and buy. It's all free for me. It's hard for me to be like, why would I go buy a $500 system and then I have to pay $60 for every single exclusive that comes out for it.
Oh, see, that's the problem. Is like now there's games like fucking racing that you're paying $100 for a year pass,
Mm-hmm.
and that's on top of the system.
Yep. Yeah. So I do the Game Pass, and when Forza drops, I get it for free day one. Yeah. I just picked up the new Assassin's Creed and Valhalla, and yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. And then we were playing the new Call of Duty a lot last night. That was the other one we were playing. I can care less about Call of Duty. Make fun of me if you want. I'm a Fortnite guy. I like Fortnite and the whole Marvel thing that's there now. Dude, the Marvel shit is awesome. I didn't know Cable was a character. I paid for Cable. I run around the map as Cable doing the Drake dance. It's a where else can that happen? Oh, Daredevil's. I bought Daredevil.
I
Daredevil.
didn't pay for the season pass. I paid for the Deadpool season pass. So I got Deadpool. Daredevil in there?
Yeah, Daredevil and Ghost Rider. And Venom comes next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Is there are they again?
I think this Thursday they're gonna. It's coming up to the end, so uh, Galactus is coming, so it's gonna be like an end of the event thing where you fight Galactus.
Those are always fun. Those random like events they do every season.
I get to like do one.
Yeah, me neither. So this
Hoping to
is
like that.
yeah,
Like Arsenal one. I wish I was part of that.
yeah. The Travis Scott one I watched online that was kind of cool. I don't even know who Travis Scott is, but it made me listen to his music.
I did that when I was like flying through the sky. The sky. I'm like, I never heard of this.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck it, why not?
I respect it, man. I think it's a fun game. I will. I don't want to keep you guys super late, but is there anything else in closing you guys want to get out there or talk about?
Um, Fuck Donald Trump.
All right.
That's just
I mean,
I
uh,
mean, why not throw? I'm not saying. I mean, they're saying fuck Donald Trump.
yeah.
But it makes us look dirty later in this whole fucking like. And I think so.
He's very much entitled to his opinion. I'm I don't like any politicians, so I can care less who like. I think they should fight to the death. Yeah, I think they should fight to the death. That's just me, but it is what it is.
I just got
Is your publicist back yelling at you now? um,
Thank you.
yeah, no, you're not. Like I said, nothing goes. Everything goes on this show. I've had political talks on here. People have want me to do political talks on here, and it's just like, I, there's not. I'm not. Everyone's a sheep. It just depends on what shepherd you're following. Yeah,
That's why I'm an anarchist.
yeah,
Fuck it. You do your shit, and it doesn't matter. If I do my shit, it doesn't matter. If you stop doing your shit, then I gotta get on your case. That's
yeah.
how it's supposed to work.
You think you're more of a Satanist than anything, by definition. That's a whole other topic for another day. So, yeah, you said new EP coming out. When should we look forward to that?
I don't know. It just came out what, a month ago.
2 months ago.
Is
It
that
came out a little while ago.
But it's so hard to like promote anything right now. So
Noah's putting out some pre-orders for physical copy. Let's see what
hmm So that is the too old to trick or treat, too young to die. Yep.
good because I fuck it up every time I say it.
Yeah. I thought I purchased this. I don't know why it's not showing up in my music on Bandcamp now. I don't have to fuck with this, but I was buying it. I don't know if it didn't go through or I don't know what happened, but I will be purchasing it. I listened to 2 or 3 songs on it. I like it a lot. I like your style. So if you head over to Bandcamp and search Horrible Charlie, you will find it. Also Facebook at Horrible Charlie. And you guys have Instagram as well. Pretty much everything.
Spotify, Amazon.
Yep. All the links will be below, so you guys can follow them and support this band. And I look forward. Hopefully, we get to see you guys before Punksteria Fest. But this COVID goes away, and we can go back to seeing some shows and get you guys in the scoop before that. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Yeah. Yeah. We need to drink beers.
I'm so glad you turned your camera on because I can actually see.
I thought it was on the whole time.
Some of us have been talking to a blank screen.
I do apologize.
See you.
Yeah, I apologize. I thought I was there the whole time. But thank you. I try. I'm if I get told if Mark Wahlberg and or Nick Jonas just let himself go and got fat, that would be me.
Oh my! I can see it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yep. It's the beady little eyes and the pug nose. It's exactly yeah. Yeah, that's me.
Pretty accurate.
The funniest one I heard is my buddy Steve said if Nick Jonas went like this and blew himself up, that would be yeah. It's funny though. Sometimes the best you and then it's just like man, I probably should go to the gym. Yeah.
Just turn yourself forward. Go cut.
Yeah, I got to figure something out. I got weighed the other day. It was depressing. It was depressing. Let's just say I'm catching up to Andre. I gotta figure something out. I carry it very well. From here down, it's just a shit show. I'm like Mac from Always Sunny. I'm cultivating mass right now. Yeah.
You just gotta turn around and fucking shred that.
Did you ever see the video how he did that? Like they asked him how he got so shredded. He's like, it's super easy to get shredded. He's like, you just don't drink beer, don't do anything you like, work out every single day, eat nothing, and have the studio pay the same guy who got everyone from Magic Mike Jack. It's super simple.
Yeah, no, it's disgusting. It's like, get up and out today, thank you.
Yeah. I always think like I should work out, and then I do like 4 squats. I'm like, fuck that. I'm over this. I'll just stay fat. It's easier. Dad bods are in. But thank you guys so much. It was a blast. I appreciate you guys reaching out and doing this. We will have to do this in person soon. You can join the podcast table. We'll have you here in person once this all kind of goes away. Sound good? All right. Well, that'll do it for Interviews with Everyday People. We'll see you guys next time. We're out of here.
Circumstances that my mind allows, I'll find my footing some way, I don't know how, but I know I'm better now. I'm just a product of the man I was back then. With foresight I lacked, I'd break my back to try again. It's time I made amends with myself. No one else, I won't give this that time as well. I keep chasing possibility, but I'll catch it when it comes around.